You are once again welcome to Inima Biafra Treasury of Excellent Knowledge. I am your servant, Evangelist Inima Carlo, greeting you from my base. I said to you, good morning. The time from here is 10:38. Still today, Monday, the 21st of this month of March 2022. Without further delay, I want to decode one of the vital and complex comments. Decoding some vital and complex comments, the Biafra struggle, and this is part 14 of its kind. It is about we must adopt Iduu to get our freedom. This comment has become a mantra to Nelly Oforegbu and endorsed by Simon Ekpa. So I am about to talk on it, to decode that comment that we must adopt the name Iduu in replacement of the name Biafra for us to get our freedom and for us to succeed to releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from the Nigerian Fulani terrorist government of Nigeria DSS custody. Is that really true? It is not true. It is a fallacy. It is a superstition. It is a colonial word, a colonial comment to colonizing Biafrans, of which Nelly Oforegbu had failed. At most, they may decide to create their own faction and name it Iduu, while Simon Ekpa will join them, because the way I see Simon Ekpa, if they create that Iduu, Simon Ekpa will join them. So if Simon Ekpa is so strict with Biafra, Simon Ekpa shouldn't have endorsed the Iduism for any reason. So I want to decode what are the secrets of that word, what are really playing out from that comment that we must endorse Iduu and adopt Iduu in replacement of the name Biafra for us to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and gain our freedom. It is about selfish interest. It is a means, a medium, Nelly Oforegbu and the rest of them who are the Iduists are projecting their selfish interest. These are power mongers. These are the people who want to create their own faction of agitation and take over completely. And take over completely, hijacking the struggle. You know, we know that people want to hijack the struggle, but we have been struggling to identify who and who that are actually responsible in attempt to hijacking the Biafra struggle. But for the way Nelly is going now, it is becoming evident that she is a part that want to hijack the Biafra struggle. She may also have a good motive for hijacking the struggle, but no good motive should be a reason we should adopt the name Iduu. The name Iduu is just the name of a founder, so that Nelly will be the queen of Iduu, being the chief pioneer founder of Iduu. All of the people supporting them will become part and parcel, and they'll become the parliament of the Iduu struggle, which should be a replacement to the Biafra struggle. Simon Ekpa becoming an investor and the greatest mouthpiece of the Iduism. That is what they are just arranging. So because of those who will not understand it to this level, I have come to give you the excellent comprehension, excellent concept regarding what is playing out, regarding that particular comment, regarding the ulterior motives behind the comment, so that you will not keep falling victim to such people. And we know that Nelly declared it, and we are disappointed that Simon Ekpa had endorsed it. Though many people will not understand it that way, that is the reason I have come to explain, to be explicit to that complex and vital comment that we must adopt the name Iduu for us to get our freedom. It is a fallacy. It is a lie. It is a demonic and deceitful lie. It is a superstition, and it is a mysterious comment to misleading us. And it is all about serving the selfish interest of those responsible for Iduism as being fronted and led by Nelly Oforegbu. So our own disappointment is the involvement of Simon Ekpa. That is the reason I will still be talking about it until Simon Ekpa make an outright separation between Biafra and Iduu. If Simon Ekpa wants to become an Iduu, he will let him forget about Biafra and make it known to Biafrans. And if he is actually an outright Biafran, I mean Biafra agitator, he will make it known so that he will immediately forget about the propagation of Iduu or permitting his platform for the propagation of Iduu. Then he will concentrate on the propagation of Biafra. Anything about the agenda of Iduu should be done away by Simon Ekpa. That is what I want to see. That is what I want to also hear Simon Ekpa saying, because Simon Ekpa cannot be pretending that he is not in support of Iduu while he has endorsed the same Iduu campaigning for Biafra and permitting the campaign of Iduu into his platform. It is all about serving selfish interests. And also it is a medium Simon Ekpa used to worship Nelly, because Simon Ekpa cannot boldly tell Nelly that it is wrong to present the Iduism at this point in time. Simon Ekpa cannot outrightly blame Nelly for wrongdoing. Rather, he finds a means to blame it on Biafrans and looking for reasons to justify Nelly and endorsing the Iduism campaign. It becomes a means that Simon Ekpa serve Nelly's selfish interest, while Nelly's selfish interest becomes an obstacle to the sorry, to the progress of Biafra struggle. Nelly's selfish interest is no different from the selfish interest of the rest of the people who are regarded to be saboteurs. So Nelly's selfish interest makes Nelly a saboteur, sabotaging the Biafra struggle in one way or the other. So deliberately and out of Simon's timidity to tell Nelly the truth and nullify the issue of Iduism right inside his platform. If Nelly wants to continue with it, let Nelly and her companions create their own platform for campaigning the Iduism, but it shouldn't be on the platform of Simon Ekpa. So if Simon continues to endorse Iduu and supporting Nelly for Iduism, it actually means that Simon Ekpa is strategically sabotaging the Biafra struggle while serving the selfish interests of Nelly Oforegbu. Having said so, if Simon Ekpa will be condemning the selfish interests of others and Nelly Oforegbu doing the same thing to condemning the selfish interests of other people in the Biafra struggle, why don't they condemn their own selfish interests? It becomes a monopolization, it becomes self-centeredness, it becomes a means of hijacking the Biafra struggle and sabotaging the Biafra struggle, because we know quite well that it is a lie. Replacing the name Biafra with Iduu cannot grant us our freedom, because the name Iduu is also a slave name, and a more slave name than the name Biafra, because the name Biafra can even speak for herself, but Iduu cannot speak for herself, apart from this time around in the absence of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, that Nelly Oforegbu and co. had begun to propagate about Iduu, aiming at hijacking the Biafra struggle by replacing the name Biafra with Iduu. Let me play for some videos to confirm what I have said, that Nelly actually said so from the videos I have been playing repeatedly, and also that Simon Ekpa endorses it. Let me start from playing the video now. I want to reset the camera and face it back so I can play the video.
Biafra. Because he's a lie and God cannot behold lie. That is his nature. That's who he is. He's not going to change his laws because of us. Because whatever he says is and amen. That is how it's going to be. We cannot enter into his court with lies. You can only enter his court with praise and thanksgiving. And you have to make yourself presentable unto God. You cannot get what belongs to you with a lie, because God cannot behold a lie, cannot behold lies, cannot behold iniquity. Biafra is a lie. Biafra is a lie. Biafra is a lie that is meant to destroy us. Biafra makes us unworthy to take what belongs to us because it's a lie. People lied and concocted every form of lie, every form of evil, and put it upon us, and we accepted it. Like slaves, we accepted it. The sons of Edom came and was stealing us, buying us. The rats they used to come to steal us, to buy us, is the name, this same rat, that's the name they gave us. And we foolishly accepted it because we know nothing. Because of the rituals they did, our eyes were blinded. Nobody is even trying to ask, before this Biafra, who are we? What is our name? What is the truth about us? What is the real identity of us? Who are we? Nobody is asking. Because they use our blood to ferment their ritual. The more we die, the more our eyes are closed. The more we are stupid. The more we betray. The more we sell. The more we commit. Every time an Iduu person dies, it is for their ritual. It makes it to continue to manifest. The more we say we die, because the Bible says with the mouth confession is made unto salvation. The more we say it's Biafra or death, we're going to keep on dying. There is nothing in the spiritual world like Biafra. Biafra does not exist in the spiritual realm. Go and make your inquiries. Go and ask. What nation is Biafra? It doesn't exist in the spirit. It's a ritual name that does not exist. That's why nobody can touch it. Nobody can deal with it. It doesn't exist. It's all evil. When people that have eyes see, they see evil. They see what it is. It does not exist. There's no nation like Biafra. Biafra is a lie. We cannot get what we're looking for with a lie. It's only the truth that will set us free. It's only the truth that will make us free.
Hello.
And the truth is who?
Hello, good morning, Bros P.
Hey, okay, madam.
Ndewo.
Eko si ada o.
Udo.
the Iduu people. We have to get what we are looking for. It's not about names. It doesn't matter. A free man can answer the name they want. You cannot be crying for a name and you're a slave. A slave does not even have a name. A slave does not have an identity. You have to be free for you to even have a name. You have to be free for you to decide what you're going to be called, what you want to be called. A slave has no right. Tomorrow they can change your name and call it whatever they want.
Iduu has no right, and that is the reason.
Southeast, southwest, northeast, north, south. They call you whatever they want.
Enable propaganda.
And as a slave, you're willingly taking the name. When your real name comes up, agents of Lucifer trying to distract you because they want you to be destroyed. That is their agenda. Their agenda is to make sure. Their agenda is to make sure we are destroyed. That is why these fools among us are being paid to help Lucifer to destroy us. They're agents of the caliphate. If anybody is deceiving you about a name, they want you to die, and you need to reject them. You need to reject them. You have to be free to choose who you want to be.
Biafrans, this is nothing but superstitious lies of Nelly against the name Biafra. And all these things are strategic warfare against the Biafra struggle. And they are all aimed at terminating Biafra agitation and terminating the name Biafra.
Just like the Bible said, all things have become new. Now, all things have become new because we know who we are. All the rituals, all the agreements, all the covenants that was done with Biafra is ended. It ended in Kenya. I will tell you guys what happened in Kenya, what God showed me happened in Kenya. The same thing happened during the days of Christ. That's why the Bible said, if the devil had known, he wouldn't have crucified the Prince of Peace. If they had known that what they did in Kenya was the beginning of our freedom, they wouldn't have done it. Basically, God did them 419. That's what happened. So I'm going to stop for now and let
Dr. Nelly, thank you very much. I know you have explained this very much. Our people need teaching. That is what I see. They need proper teaching. We're going to do they need teaching. That is what I see. You know, many of them, they are so ignorant. None of them.
They know that our blood is superior. When they're trying to do transplants, they use. That is part of our freedom. Our leader made the ultimate sacrifice. What happened in Kenya was the end of Biafra. Technically, Biafra is not supposed to exist anymore. That is why Garuba Shehu will tell you that the arrest of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is the end of Biafra. Because that was the original plan. That was the covenant. That was the agreement that was reached. That fool can't return or chase that Biafra is ended. Look at Ijele talking about Biafra is ended. Can you reason and figure out why are they saying this?
Saboteurs.
Why
telling
are they
us
saying
Biafra
this?
is
What
ended.
is behind it? It is because Biafra has ended.
It's a lie.
Because Mazen Nnamdi Kanu paid that ultimate price.
That is your propaganda.
Just like Christ came and paid the ultimate price.
No.
That is how he came and paid the ultimate price.
Fallacies.
But what Lucifer didn't know is that God is going to come up with something brand new, something that he never expected. Because they think they've covered our name. But God revealed our name. Just like the Bible said, all things have become new. Now, all things have become new because we know who we are. All the rituals, all the agreements, all the covenants that was done with Biafra is ended. It ended in Kenya. I will tell you guys what happened in Kenya, what God showed me happened in Kenya. The same thing happened during the days of Christ. That's why the Bible said, if the devil had known, he wouldn't have crucified the Prince of Peace. If they had known that what they did in Kenya was the beginning of our freedom, they wouldn't have done it. Basically, God did them 419. That's what happened. So I'm going to to stop for now and let
Dr. Nelly, thank you very much. I know you have explained this very much.
Simon Ekpa endorses Biafra and Iduu together and that he is protecting. Let us listen to Simon Ekpa giving his vote.
2022. This is Biafra Liberation Broadcast. And the new dawn in this Biafra movement begin today.
Sorry, the real date of the Simon Ekpa's broadcast was 1st of March 2022, but he placed a wrong date behind a notice bar. So it was actually 1st of March 2022.
Biafrans to pay attention very attentively. Those of you listening from different platforms, the voice of Biafra is not on air. Are listening also on other platforms, the platform of the media warriors, the Biafra. That there is a lot of work to do. I must thank the entire Biafrans from the auto-piloted movement of the Biafra restoration. I will thank those who have made. I must thank our lionesses. I must thank those who have given their selfless service, time, resources to make sure that the Biafra restoration will not destroyed by those who only thing they want is self-interest, personal interest, and what they get from the Biafra movement. I must thank the entire IPOB leaders all over the world, those who believe in truth and stand by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I must thank those who have come to preach Iduu. I must thank them because they have their own reason for preaching Iduu. I must thank those who have come under the umbrella of the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, no matter what they believed in the past. I must thank the people from the riverine area. I must thank our coastal region. I must thank everyone who have made this movement very, very possible. Today is a day to remember. Some people are saying that the date is not correct. If the date is not correct, it will be corrected at the end of the broadcast. Okay? According to my date, I believe that this is still the first day of March 2022. So if the date is not correct, it will be corrected. I must thank those who have agitated for disintegration of Nigeria in their different ways. I must thank those evil people within this movement have chased out, whether those who have not actually committed anything and those who committed something or they have something to offer. Your input in the past has brought us to this particular moment today. Your input in the past has brought us to this particular moment today. explanation and clarification for people to understand. I will not like people to come to my private messages, my email, my message, and start talking against those who are agitating for their freedom with the name of Iduu. I will not entertain any distraction. I will not entertain anybody coming to me to tell me that Nelly Oforegbu should stop talking about Iduu. I will not entertain that. And I'm going to explain to Biafrans the reason why I will not entertain that. Because sometimes people do mistake out of lack of information. I am not going to explain what is Iduu. I am not going to explain the position of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on Iduu because he is not here with us. But Simon Ekpa will continue and continue to push for the restoration of Biafra and will be ready to work with anybody that I have been working with. Those who are more pure and genuine than those coming to my email, to my inbox, and preach to me about Nelly or against Nelly Oforegbu. I want to tell you one thing. Nelly Oforegbu started preaching Iduu because, according to her, she received a message that only Iduu will free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And because of her love for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the freedom, she started preaching Iduu. It was a message she received. And if you are against her for preaching a message she received and hoping that that message, if she preach it, will contribute in releasing and free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and heal a lot of calamities that have been committed in Biafra land. If you think you have problem with that, do not listen to her. It is just like a prophet. A prophet tell you that I received message from God for you to do dry fasting for 7 days. And then you come to tell people that why should you do dry fasting for 7 days? So if Nelly is preaching Iduu, because according to her, Iduu is going to restore peace and will contribute in freeing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's spiritual. Allow her to do that. Allow her to do that, and she will do it on this platform. I don't have problem with that. If you don't want to listen to that, you don't listen to Nelly. And this particular reason and this explanation and clarification Nelly Oforegbu gave, I am very, very contented with it. I am very, very happy with it. I don't have any problem with that. So do not come to my inbox. Do not come to my private message. Do not come to me to preach against me or against Nelly coming to my platform and talk about Iduu. I just have to make this clarification today because she specifically made it clear that it is the message she received that Iduu will contribute in releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In as much as I am not preaching Iduu, I can't stop her, and you cannot compel me to stop her. If you do not reason the way I am reasoning, there is nothing I can do about it to help you. But I have said it, no amount of propaganda and blackmail will stop me and will stop her from working together for the restoration of Biafra and for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is message I want to pass to you people today, and I do not want to discuss about this Iduu again. Listen to the preaching I am giving you. Listen to the voice of the gods that will be coming from this platform and on the radio voice of Biafra, and it shall be well with us. We have a very serious
So, Biafrans, you have heard it clearly from Simon Ekpa endorsing it and declaring that Nelly's claim that we must endorse Iduu to replace Biafra is a contribution to releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and to getting our freedom. So it is all about Simon Ekpa serving Nelly Oforegbu's selfish interests. Probably Simon Ekpa is a stakeholder in that Iduism, but hiding it under the disguise of Biafranization. It is about decoding the world. So what is really playing out? And for proper understanding, for further policing and the absolute scrutinization of each other regarding the Biafra struggle we are into. So the program has just come to an end until we meet again. I remain your servant, Evangelist Inyima Kalu.